Hello and welcome to computer class. My name is Dave and today we're talking about the full script project. Project, you say? Yes, we're going to do a project and here's what I want you to create is a full script. Now before you just jump in and tear it apart and create this full script, several things I want you to understand. This full script will help everybody, whether on your team or even if it's just you shooting this video, be on the same page and to create something awesome. And so that's the real purpose of it. And also, it's to get the idea down on paper because we've just talked about conceptualization. And if you don't actually put the idea down on paper, then the idea is not really thought out and doesn't really fully exist. It isn't like tangible. You really need to think through it and write it out, and that's how you overcome some of the problems that could potentially arise when shooting the video. You want to kind of conquer those now before getting into it, and that's the purpose of this full script project. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you two sides to the project. The first is that I want you to write down in Google Docs a 30-word purpose statement. That's the first paragraph I want you to write. And this statement should define what you're trying to accomplish through this video. A lot of times people don't understand what their end goal is and therefore they can't even start and the thing doesn't flow throughout the whole video. And that all starts back with what's the purpose. At the end of the video, what do you want people to do as a result of this? What is the call to action? How does the video flow? Include that in your 30-word purpose statement. Really target what you're going after. And then in your second paragraph, answer these questions about your video idea. What type of video are you creating? If you remember back to my previous episode, I gave three really easy types of videos that young filmmakers can make. The first is a school upcoming event. You can make a small video about that. The second is a fictitious product that doesn't exist, something like an advertisement. And then an action trailer for a movie or video that does not exist currently. And then you could build your ideas from there. There's so much that could be made from those three ideas. Um, the next question is what the video is about. Name the basic plot, the characters, and the theme of it. And then lastly, what audience are you targeting? Are you targeting people that are very old? Are you targeting young children? Are you targeting teenagers, middle-aged people? Like, what exactly are you targeting? Okay, so answer those questions, and that is the first project. The second project is that you need to create this full script in Google Sheets. And really, it's just the process of going through and creating these different size boxes. If you don't know how to use Google Sheets, go back and watch my Google Sheets lesson. But you want to add in here the video, the place where the title goes, the places where all the scene name goes. This is kind of just creating a template. Once you were to get one of these, you could just copy and paste, Control C, Control V, and go downward. Notice I've included 1.a, and this is because movies are usually made up of sequences, scenes, and then shots. So remember those three things, it's really important. But sequences, scenes, and shots is what they're made up of. And basically, what the 1 stands for is the sequence, and what the A stands for is the scene. So you might have in this sequence, 10 scenes, and as we get more into scenes, and so don't really write your scene names down yet. Don't really fill this in yet, but just get the template made, okay? So you're not actually coming up with the whole idea of the movie yet, because we haven't talked about shots yet. You're just making the template so we could fill it in as we go over the next subsequent lessons. Okay, but that's what the 1 and the dot A stands for, is the sequence and then the scene. And then over here in motion, motion stands for the shot. How actually will you accomplish the scene that you are creating when you're doing your video? And then this is just template text as to what you might possibly write. You could have lots more lines in a scene, although scenes are usually really quick, and you will discover that they're usually like a couple seconds, 10 seconds at most is usually max for a scene. You don't want to get longer than that, so keep that in mind. Again, not asking you to start writing any of these things yet, Nothing, in fact, should be filled in any of these yet. We'll do those in subsequent lessons. It's just the project is that you are to create the full script and also to write out your 30-word purpose statement and your video idea as the second paragraph. Send those two documents. Put something down in the comments and or email them to me at computerclassonline@gmail.com. Let me take a look at your project because that's pretty cool. And hopefully you learned something from completing this project, and I will see you in the next video.